Thank you for the super chat. He says, met a girl online, went on one date. She ignored calls but expected me to text. I tried to meet up, but schedules clashed. I stopped texting. She got upset and ended it. Was she hiding something? Well, what do I always say? Easygoing, easy to get along with. So she's getting butthurt. You had one date. She doesn't answer your calls. That doesn't sound very easygoing, easy to get along with. If she saw your name pop up in her phone, she'd be like, oh, Philip's calling. But instead, she just completely ignored you. And sounds like she pulled the Karen and said, you're going to text. I only do texting. It's a little structured. And so she got upset that you stopped texting and ended it. So it just sounds like a girl that's difficult, a little full of herself, a little arrogant. Again, this is when you date online, you're just going to get a much higher incidence of chicks like that because you got to understand that there's way more dudes on the dating sites than there are women. Like when we were talking about it, probably about a month ago, I guess we were doing a live stream, and one of the girls was talking about how she got on Hinge, and within like 3 days, she had 800 likes of her profile and her pictures. And I just kind of asked the audience, it's like, hey, what's your guys' experience? Anybody been on Hinge? How many likes do you get? And across the board, guys were like, yeah, I get maybe 2 to 3 likes a month, maybe 4 likes a month. And so that right there tells you who's got all the leverage in the dating apps. And so if a woman's just got a shit ton of dudes that are throwing their dicks at her, and I mean, they just get a little burr up their ass about things, it's just, that's what you get. You're not, again, you're not dealing with a girl that's easygoing, easy to get along with. She should be like, hell yeah, I'd love to see you. So if you took her out on a date and she doesn't bother picking up the phone when you call, and she's being difficult when you're trying to set another date, you're not getting a hell yeah, I'd love to see you. You're getting I'm in a shitty mood. Right off the bat, it's like, I'd delete the number and move on. I wouldn't even give that bitch the time of day.
Damn.
Let some other dude on the dating apps deal with her.
Yeah, he said that it says even on the one date, she left dinner abruptly, went to her car, and then came back to apologize, saying she was sick. So she might have gotten a call from an ex or something.
Oh, I was sick. So what? Did she go out in the parking lot and blow chunks or something?
I don't know. Yeah,
Oh, sorry, I
exactly.
got a little sick.
She probably got a call that she couldn't answer in front of him or
She
take the
sounds
call.
kind of ratchet. That's why it's so much better to meet women in person and through your social network and your social activities, because it's like that kind of shit like almost never happens. But if you're gonna do online dating, you just have to have the understanding that you're gonna get lots of rejections. You're gonna get lots of flaky girls, lots of girls that are full of themselves. Because again, they got all the leverage. There's so many thirsty dudes on there that are trying to get a date. They can be an ass like that. In real life, they're not gonna be that way.
Oh, Kevin, the website for Are We Dating the Same Guy pages and Facebook have ruined dating apps. Like everywhere that has dating, they have a website where the girls post guys
Yeah.
anonymously
Well, I've
talking crap
seen
about them or
guys that I've talked to over the years, you know, have women that are just malicious. Like, especially if they reject a girl and they don't want to see her again, they'll go and just talk a bunch of shit on there
yeah,
and try to cancel them in essence. That's basically what it is. It's cancel culture.
yeah.
Let me try to wreck this guy's life. Let me try to get him fired. Let me try to prevent him from meeting somebody else because he didn't like me. It's like,
Sometimes,
it's just so much better to meet people through your social work or through people you
yeah.
work with or your friends, your family, hanging out at barbecues, going to fun events where, there's always mutual people that you know each other. Because when you get introduced and you have mutual friends and family in common, the likelihood of that person jerking you around is really low just because if they do, they're going to hear about it from the people that vouch for them and said, hey, you should take this girl out. She's a great girl. And I know if I recommended somebody and then I tell, hey, well, how'd it go with so and so? He's like, oh, bitch, never call me back or whatever. She was really rude to me, or she went out to answer a phone call and then made up some shit about her being sick when she came back, and then she didn't really seem sick. It's like if that happens, because what's interesting about referrals is like if you think about it, why do you refer anything? Or somebody to wash your car, or a handyman, or if you bought a car and you had a good experience with a salesman at a car dealer and you recommend them. The reason why you recommend somebody is you want to look good. That's the whole purpose of it. You want to be able to recommend somebody and have them go, hey man, that car guy you hooked me up with, or that repair guy, he was great, or that girl you introduced me to, she was awesome. And if people think that referring you is going to make them look bad, they won't refer you.
Yeah, no.
And so there's social pressure to treat people right when you meet them in your close social group, which is, as Joy and Success says, it's social proof. And so it's just a much better experience, in my opinion, to get good at meeting people in person through your social life. I mean, I grew up, that's just the way, that was the only way to meet women. I mean, back in the day, they would have like classified ads that they put in the paper,
Yeah.
but you didn't get no pictures or nothing. You would just meet people, and I think that maybe it's 1970s, I think, when they started doing that. And then they had speed dating, which I guess they still do. Talked to a guy the other day that went to a speed dating event, but you're going to have a much better experience if you are a social person and you know a lot of people, especially if you live in the town, the city, and the area for a long time. But obviously there's going to be guys that move around a lot for work, and they move to a new city. They're not going to know anybody other than maybe the people that they work with. So it takes a few years to build up a social group, to make new friends, to get to know people. It's just like you move to a new building. If you move every year, it's like every year you move, you got to basically meet your neighbors and become friendly with them. When you live in one place for a long time, you get to know a lot of people, and it's much better for your social life. So those are things that you guys should definitely think about.
Hi, Coach. I've been seeing a girl from work for almost 2 months, but she seems emotionally guarded or unavailable. Affection feels retained, and she's admitted to holding back before. How should I handle this?
Feels retained. Maybe he's trying to say restrained.
Maybe.
So what do I say? Easy going, easy to get along with. And so you're going out with a girl who's holding back, who's not being authentic. It sounds like she's kind of structured. And it's like when you date a structured girl, that's kind of what you're gonna get. That's why I recommend staying away from them, because they're just difficult. You end up having to do most of the work. They typically don't reach out because again, they got a set of rules. There is a book called The Rules, and so those type of women will cancel dates to last minute unnecessarily or being difficult, and they're a pain in the ass. So I personally would not waste my time with this, because it I've just never seen it get any better with myself, structured women I've met, family members, and then obviously doing this for 20 years. I mean, I have countless guys that have dated structured women. They all have the same experience. So if you want to be kind of, if it's you're just looking at it for practice, have at it. But that typically doesn't get any better. That's just because the way she is, because she's not authentic. She's not being real. She's trying to follow a set of rules, and it's frustrating. If she likes you and wants to kiss you, she won't kiss you because she's got some hoops that she wants you to jump through. So I wouldn't waste my time with a structured woman. But you do you, boo boo.
You do you, boo boo.